Good morning, all. Welcome back to the channel. I am here this morning on this lovely morning in June 2025, and I am on a little bit of a mission. First of all, my name is Dawn, if you haven't been here before, and I travel all around New England and beyond on my 2022 Vespa Sprint 150 Racing 60s edition, which has just crossed over the 20,000 mile mark in less than 3 years, so that's pretty darn good, I'd say. But as for what we're doing today, I said I'm on a little bit of a mission, and that mission is to complete the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. Now, those of you who are familiar may be asking yourselves, Dawn, that was like a couple of weeks ago. What are you doing? Well, yes, it was. And fun story. I signed up, was ready to go. The week before the actual ride, I took the bike. I was going to do like a little test run because it was in Newport, and I had not ridden in Newport before on the bike, and just wanted to kind of familiarize myself with the starting point and the route and everything. And as I was coming down the Newport Bridge, my bike started experiencing these weird like power fluctuations, and I wasn't quite sure what was going on. Now, I had my suspicions, mainly because I knew that it had been about 10,000 miles since I had changed the belt, so I thought maybe that could be it. But I wasn't really 100% sure, and I had actually just ordered a new belt, rollers, all of that, like a day or two beforehand. So I was kind of kicking myself for like going out knowing that I needed these repairs done. So anyway, I had to call and get the bike picked up by AAA and flatbedded to my house. And thankfully, the end of last year, before the holidays, I bought a Harbor Freight motorcycle lift because that thing came in clutch. I basically broke apart, the whole like transmission, pulley area. I changed the belt, all of that. Ended up having to change the rollers. Did all of that myself. The reason I did it myself is I want to know more about how to maintain my bike more myself, because I'm hoping that in a couple of years I'll be able to do the scooter cannonball. Now, the scooter cannonball for this year is going to be setting off this week, actually, coming up. But unfortunately, because I'm a teacher, my school is not finished yet. We have our commencement this week. We also have end of year meetings and all of that. And all that, needless to say, is going to prevent me from doing this year's cannonball. But I'm hoping that with some planning, I can do the one in 2027. So to do that, I really want to be able to know how to properly maintain my bike and just, keep it in good running order, all that good stuff. So I was able to do all of this work by myself. Where I had some difficulties is I did need 2 new tires. I tried getting them off and putting them back on to very little success. I was able to get one tire completely off and the new tire like half on, but after that, forget it. I just said, I can't do this anymore. So I actually went and took both of the wheels, the one with the tire like halfway on, and then the other one still had the old tire, and I had the new tire on the side. Took everything to someone else and had them put them on. And I'm glad I did that because it was, definitely much easier than me trying to muscle those tires off and on myself. So, where I'm going with this is that all of this repair work was being done during and after the date of the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. So I wasn't able to attend the original date. But I had people donate, and I want to make sure that I honor their donations and that I honor the fundraiser and the cause for which it stands, and that would be for honoring and helping with men's health and mental health. So I decided to go ahead and just run the route myself as soon as the bike was ready and the weather cooperated. So yesterday was a wash, not going to happen yesterday, but today looks absolutely stunning, so I will definitely be enjoying this ride. So that's what we're doing now. Being on the Vespa, it can get up to 62 miles an hour, but so I could take it on, technically take it on a highway, but I choose not to. So I will do all back roads, but honestly, I don't mind. I love back roads. I like going this route instead of dealing with the highway and highway traffic. And we're probably going to run into some traffic here and there. Rhode Island is called the Ocean State. So as you can imagine, there are many beaches and other waterfront things happening and activities and restaurants and just things going on by the waterfront. So it's likely going to get a little trafficky, but hey, we'll deal with it. It's a decent day. It's only going to get up to the upper 70s. So I'm hoping that if I can keep moving a little bit, that it'll be a little cooler. But we'll see. But regardless, that's kind of what I'm up to today. So I thought I would bring you all along for the ride. So the ride is going to take us over the Jamestown Bridge, over the Newport Bridge, and then I'm going to head into Newport. I'm going to go down America's Cup Avenue, and then I'm going to head out towards Breton Point Park, and then make a loop back around, and I'm going to be heading along Ocean Road, and where like all the mansions are, and then I'm going to end up by the International Tennis Hall of Fame, and in that same plaza building is the Audrain Auto Museum in Newport. So I think I'm probably going to be in that general area about the time that they open. Looks like there's like a little coffee shop behind, so I might hit the coffee shop first, then head into the museum, walk around there for a little bit, check out the cars, take a few pictures, maybe some video, and then make my way home. So, it should be a fun day. Like I said, the weather looks really fantastic. Hopefully I can get you some good scenery on the route, but for now I'm going to go ahead and just let you enjoy the ride, and if I feel the need to jump in, I will, and you'll hear from me again. But the next time you'll actually hear me is when we're kind of riding through downtown Newport. So I'll see you in a bit. Bye. All right, everyone. So we just made it over the Newport Bridge, and we are now in Newport. So we are going to take a right over here so we can head towards America's Cup Avenue and just head for a ride around Newport. So being on the bridge was a little bit scary. The speed limit on the Newport Bridge was 40. I was going about 60 because everybody was flying, and even at 60 miles an hour, that was still apparently not fast enough for some people. So yeah, that was a little hair raising. Oh, I think I may have gone the wrong way, but I'm pretty sure I can get there this way also. Yeah, let's see, I'll just go this way. And then I'm pretty sure this will let out. Oh yeah, I'm missing. Oops, I'm in the wrong way. I need to turn around and go back. All right, no big deal. We'll fix it. Just gotta go back this way. Gonna take a left over here. It's been a while since I've been to Newport, and I've never been on the Vespa, so it's just gonna take a moment to get my bearings again. Just check I think the next intersection I take a right, and I just gotta go up a little bit further. Whoops, I should have gone straight at that at the light over there. So what I could do is I got to go down Farewell Street, which goes between the cemetery, like what a madly appropriate name for a road that cuts through a cemetery. What's better than Farewell Street? So this was the way I was supposed to go, but we'll make it work. Now we're back on track. All right, so like I was saying, it was just a little hairy going on the bridge there. People were driving so fast, and it's like not necessary. So it should be fun going back. Thankfully, I'll probably be going back around the same time that most folks will be trying to come to Newport. So hopefully I'll avoid people who are in a rush. So we shall see. But yeah, so Newport, beautiful city. A lot of people assume that Newport is very wealthy, and while there are a lot of wealthy people who both live in Newport and keep their boats in Newport, and a lot of wealthy people travel here and may have summer homes here, it's actually not a very wealthy place for the people who live here, like year-round. We have a military base nearby, so there's some military housing here, but there's also just a lot of... Oh, am I in the wrong lane? Oh, I think I might be in the bike lane. Maybe not. This guy's in that lane, so... Oh, that's one of the oldest still operational baseball fields over there. But there's a lot of history here in Newport. We are on America's Cup Avenue at the moment, and it is called such because Newport is also very well known for... it is still very well known for sailing. But it was called the sailing capital of the world. I'm not sure if that's still the case, but I'm confident that it might be. But yeah, so a lot of the America's Cup winners are from here. The sailing challenge, and just a lot of boats, like you can see here, a lot of boats. And in the summertime, there's a lot of very big boats here, like expensive yachts that that more of their boats here. Captain Kirk, the actor, oh my goodness, William Shatner, he had a boat here. I'm not sure if he still has a boat here. There's a church that's just up this way here that is the church that Jackie Kennedy and John F. Kennedy were married in. Jackie Kennedy's family had a home here in Newport. I believe we might drive by it at some point. But there is so much history here. There is a lot of African American history in here that is now has been discovered and is still being discovered. So it's really, really like just chock full of history. There's definitely a lot of shopping here in the nicer months for folks. There's like that Bowen's Wharf over there has some shops. It has some restaurants, a lot of great seafood restaurants. Trying to think of what else. We have the oldest synagogue in the country, I believe, is located just up the hill there as well. I think it's Toro, I believe, is the name of it. I did a really wonderful tour a number of years ago with my mother-in-law of some of the various churches and synagogues and various faith-based buildings that are here in Newport, and it was really wonderful. If you have an opportunity to do that, I highly recommend it. But here you can see, like I said, just lots and lots of different stores. So it's definitely a cool place to visit. In the summer, it does get crowded, but it's beautiful. Especially on days like this. Like today's like the perfect day to visit. It's not super hot, not yet anyway. It has like just like a great temperature going on right now. So I love that statue with the wave with the person's feet sticking out of it. So cute. Yeah, more stores over here. Some stuff over there, up that hill. That's how you can get to First Beach, Second Beach. Also, you can get to the cliff walk that way, which is a really cool like walkway along the edge of the shore, like up high, where you can walk along behind a lot of the very expensive mansions. Come on, go if you're gonna go. Go! Jesus. But yeah, the cliff walk is really cool. You get to like walk behind a lot of the very expensive houses in the area. Here's, I forget what street this is. Is this still America's Cup? I can't remember. No, this is Thames Street. Lots of great shops here as well. A lot of good restaurants here. I actually photographed a wedding with a wedding party, stayed around this area here. Yeah, lots and lots of shops, as you can see. And it's like not even 10 a.m. and the place is already jumping. So be prepared if you come here in the summer that it's going to be busy. So just fair warning on that. A lot of new places here I've never seen before. So I might have to come back at some point later on this in the summer during a weekday or something and spend some time hanging out around here. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go think I might go right on Wellington. Yeah. Because then I think this will bring me like around. Yeah, I think this is the route. So we should be able to get a decent view of the bridge when we pass by here. Again, you can see all the boats in the water. The bridge is a little distant, but you might be able to see it. Wait till I get over. There it is. Oh, there. I did have to remove my other camera. I am having a god-awful time with my RAM mounts. Oh, and here we're getting to the really expensive houses. Like, really expensive. But I'm having a hell of a time with my RAM mounts. They're just like slipping all over the place. They just don't stay put. And it's annoying the fuck out of me. Excuse my French. But if anyone knows of any other options that can go on the stems like this to hold action cameras, to hold my GPS, I would love, love, love. Hey, there's another Vespa. There's two Vespa. Nice. Hi. Looks like they might be rentals. But yeah, I mean, like, that is the New York the Yacht Club, I believe. But yeah, this is like exclusive stuff over here. So yeah, I believe that's the New York Yacht Club. Massive, like, houses everywhere. Like, some of the houses weren't even houses. Some of the houses are like gate houses or carriage houses that got separated off at some point. So we're going to take a right here. And we're just going to take a nice ride along here. You can see some of the other just absolutely stunning homes and estates that are located over here in Newport. So this is like why a lot of people say that, you know, Newport is a rich town. Like, yes, there are lots of these absolutely gorgeous, very expensive homes, but that's not it. That's not everything that's here. So it's kind of, you know, assuming that anyone who's from Newport is wealthy is not a good thing, because it's not the truth. And a lot of people park their money here, if you know what I mean. Like, just buy these properties and comes a tax write-off. Okay. So I can't remember exactly where, but I think in this area over here is where Jackie Kennedy's family, Bouvier, was their name. I believe their house is like over here somewhere. I just can't recall exactly where. But yeah, I mean, there are some definite, like, large estates that are still like open, like farmland, even like here, like lots of like open land, which is amazing. And we're now going to go past Fort Adams. In just a bit. So this is Fort Adams. I'm not going to go in there, but just know that it's there. Rhode Island has been a strategic position for our country's security over centuries, from the Revolutionary War through like World War II. I mean, we had German submarines that were sunk off the coast of Rhode Island. So we definitely have a massive naval history. Some of the most important naval officers of the Revolutionary period are from Rhode Island. Oliver Hazard Perry, many from here. Nathaniel Green, but I don't know if he was a naval officer, but I know he was quite important in our history as a country. So there's definitely lots of great history here. But I mean, I think that's a newer house. That wasn't here before. Many of these are older estates and houses, but there are definitely some new ones in here. The dead cat on the end of my microphone is tickling my chin. It's a little bit annoying, but I'm just going to let you enjoy the views for a bit. I'm probably going to stop at some point, so maybe when we get to Breton Point Park, I'll probably stop there for a bit just to get some water and maybe take a few pictures, maybe set out the drone. But yeah, we'll be back in a little bit. Alright, so we are getting onto Audrain Road, aptly named, of course. It's just absolutely beautiful. Look at this. So Audrain Road is going to bring us along where some of the most exclusive homes and mansions and the Gilded Age summer cottages, quote unquote, what would be an absolute just mansion to many, were their summer homes during the Gilded Age. So you're talking about people like the Vanderbilts, the Astors, J.P. Morgan, all of those barons had these summer homes. Many of them built for their wives or daughters as wedding gifts. Places like Marble House, I think Beechwood is one. Goodness, I can't even think of all of them. But there's just so many of them, and they're just absolutely stunning. So we're going to ride through here, and then I probably should have put the final destination in the GPS, but we will get there eventually. So, all right, I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so I am not going to completely follow this advice because I want to take more of of this road up ahead. So we're not going to go left, we're going to go straight because I want you to see more of those houses, and it'll eventually reroute us to where we want to be. So see you in a little bit. So you can see by the GPS, if you look at the map there, so this road runs right along the shore. So the houses, most exclusive houses are going to be over there on that right-hand side along the shore. And then the cliff walk is what kind of follows along that shoreline for a lot of this route. And you can actually see the backyards of a lot of these homes. And again, I'm gonna not follow this for a bit longer because I don't want to go that way yet. I want to still follow along Ocean Drive, and after we get through more of the mansions, then I'll take its suggestion, but not yet. We're not ready yet. And it's on Bellevue, so I'm just gonna keep following this until we get to them. Oh, that's beautiful. It's more like a modern, how gorgeous. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to keep going straight. And there we are. Look at these. Just absolutely beautiful. What a day. And here we are. This is Bellevue Avenue, where many of the summer cottages are. You can see them all here. Just it's Rough Point. It's Rock Cliff. Looks like some of these ones are being updated. A Miramar, that one's private. Some of them have been bought by private families or organizations, Four Winds. But some have been bought by the Newport Preservation Society, so it's kind of like the city of Newport owns them and keeps them running and operating as museums, and to help preserve them and keep them more in the public's hands, because I can, just looking at this, you can imagine how someone with a lot of money would love to get their hands on some of these. So I think it's great. There's, I believe, Marble House right there. Yep, that's Marble House. And then Rose Cliff should be nearby as well. That's Marble House parking. Beautiful gardens, landscaping. Some of the outbuildings of some of these are also quite lovely. Is this Rose Cliff? I can't remember. No, this is Rose Cliff over here. A lot of weddings happen in the mansions. That's another way for them to get funding, is to rent out some of these buildings as wedding places to host weddings. Very pricey, as you can imagine. The Breakers, another famous one. Salve Regina University actually is located over here, and it occupies a few of the buildings, a few of the mansions and other buildings that they've been operating as a school for quite a long time. Chateau de Mer, Chateau de Mer is there. But yeah, this is lovely. I wish I was here with the whole crew on the original date, because I could imagine how awesome it must have been riding through here with everyone. But I'm glad I'm getting to do it today. You can just imagine, though, like 100+ years ago, when these homes were fully occupied by the wealthy families that owned them. It must have been quite something to, see the families stepping out into the horse and carriage in their full regalia. Must have been pretty cool. So we're beyond now the area with the mansions, but there's still some substantial homes in this area. But the main batch is the Elms. That's an important one. The main batch that's like right on the ocean there is past, because now there's more neighborhoods and things in this area. But there's still some pretty large homes to see. So we are now heading to the Audrain Auto Museum, which was the stopping point for the original ride. So I figured it might be nice to come here and stop here and visit the museum. So I'm going to see where I might be able to. I think I might actually be able to park right in front of all right. So that was a nice trip to the Audrain Auto Museum, and we are now passing by the International Tennis Hall of Fame. I'm going to see if I can get a quick peek inside the tunnel here. You can see some of the courts. You can see a little bit there maybe. Looks like they're setting up for an event or a wedding. I'm going to go straight. So the Audrain Auto Museum was lovely. They were actually having an air-cooled exhibit at the moment. So some really nice Italian cars. They had some Fiats in there. They also had, of course, the iconic Beetle, air-cooled Beetle, and a bunch of other older vehicles. I'll insert a few photographs that I took inside here as I'm chatting. But it was nice and actually kind of serendipitous that I ended up there and that was the final point, because I am actually, the club, myself and the club, we are hosting an Italian car and bike night at the end of July in Cranston, Rhode Island at Bar Lazio. So this will be July 31st from 4 to 8 p.m. And if you own any Italian car, motorcycle, scooter, whatever it may be, you are absolutely invited to bring your Italian vehicle to this Italian car and bike night and join us in celebrating Italian vehicles and Italian heritage. The place where it's going to be held, Barlazio, will have a full menu on hand, and I'm sure there'll be lots of great food and drink and everything available for you to have that evening. But we are definitely trying to get the word out. So if you don't own one of these vehicles but know someone who does, please share the word with them as well. That would be lovely if they could join us also. And then you can come along and enjoy the vehicles yourselves. But that, like I said, is coming up July 31st. And while I was there, I spoke with the lovely folks who work there, and they couldn't have been any nicer. And they said that they are going to spread the word both with the museum, because the museum owns a Fiat. The museum owns a Fiat 500 that they had outside, but I guess also the museum has other vehicles, including some motorcycles, but also has people who work there that have some Italian vehicles. So I think overall, I think we're going to get a really decent number of cars and bikes and scooters and everything showing up. So that should be fun. So hopefully you can join us. I'll actually leave the poster up here as well. And in the comments, or actually in the description, I'll leave a link to the Facebook event page so that you can RSVP. So that should be fun. But I don't have much battery life on the card. I mean, on the camera here. So I really did just want to tell everyone, thank you for following along. To those of you that donated for my Distinguished Gentleman's Ride, we did it. I was able to get out here. I'm super proud of myself that I actually fixed this bike on my own with help from lots of other great friends, and also the YouTube videos from Robot from scooterwest.com. It has been a really, really fun experience doing this, and I really hope that I maybe inspire others to work on their own vehicles. So I went the wrong way, so I'm just going to go this way, and I know I wasn't supposed to turn there, so don't rat me out. All right, talk to you later. Bye.